Hello. Welcome to the Michael Sisco show. When I say I'm going to be live in 10 minutes, what I really mean is after I finish watching creepy demon art on Jay Dyer's live stream. That's what I really meant. But welcome to the show. Hello, devotional heart. We got based homeschool mom. We got JT. How's it going, everybody? But it's good to be back. It's nice to not have a pink pussy hat on and a rainbow flag background. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. What's up, Augustine? What's going on? Are we gonna wait for everybody to make their way over? Now I am gonna set up Entropy real quick. So I actually, I don't normally wait till the end of somebody else's stream but I kind of got sucked into it. Brandon sent me a message, hey, Jay's still streaming. And so I go on and he's showing all of these like modern art with obvious demonic influence. So it's kind of interesting. But while we are, and it kind of works out to wait for everybody to move over. Augustine says, I'm getting the ancient faith booster shot. But anyways, we have some time before we actually get into the lesson on the second day of creation, just because I want to address some criticisms of my stream from last week. All 8 people who downvoted it, they all sent me concerned troll DMs. And they generally all started not defending AFR, but mocking is not very orthodox. So they had to. Some people were offended by the method of us utilizing humor to deliver the information that we delivered. And some people went as far as to appeal to the church fathers. And I just disagree. I don't agree. I think that, yes, sure, there are some saints who talk about vain laughter being a sin. But even by that criteria, I don't even think that applies, because nothing that we did was vain. We put a lot of thought into, myself and my friend, who will remain anonymous, what the best way was to deliver this honestly pretty upsetting information about Ancient Faith Radio, who they host, who their connections to foundation money. And we felt that using humor and satire, just the whole ironic way of delivering that, was both the most effective way to get the most attention, thereby spreading the information further, and to kind of just, soften the blow of, receiving that kind of what could otherwise be just blackpilling information. So, based homeschool mom, you're going to have to go and watch the stream from last week. Saint Paisio says, once put up a sign in front of a church that said improperly dressed women this way, with an arrow that pointed off a cliff. Yeah, there are plenty of examples of humor and even sarcasm. I'm reading a book, Saint Theodore the Recluse, and he's sarcastic almost in every paragraph. He's using sarcasm. Evan T says, has Father Andrew Damick acknowledged the discoveries in that stream? I have no idea. I don't pay attention to Father. I'm blocked on every platform. So if he has responded, I am unaware. If anybody sees anything, feel free to send it my way. Feel free to send it my way. But also, we beat the YouTube algorithms. The video was like, see YouTube, they don't understand that they don't understand that it's a joke. They think that we're they even have like pro tranny advertisements at the beginning of it. So it's amusing. It's funny. It's funny. But satire and humor is one way to avoid the censorship, honestly. If we were to just come out and criticize homosexuality and all of these leftist causes, well, then we're at an actual higher risk of the video being demonetized and deleted and me getting a strike. But you know what these people should be mad about, what they should act, instead of being angry that we were mocking demons and this demonic stuff and just kind of poking fun at Ancient Faith Radio, what they really should be mad about, they should be upset about Ancient Faith Radio platforming people who promote homosexuality to children. They should be upset about platforming people who smear the Russian church and ROCOR specifically, furthering tensions over the Ukraine conflict. They should be upset about the ecumenical patriarchs' cooperation with U.S. intel agencies, and they should be upset with the links to foundation money, which seeks to normalize the LGBTQ agenda in the Orthodox Church. You should not be upset that I was funny last week. You should not be upset that I put a pink pussy hat on my head and had a rainbow flag background as a joke, or that my friend had a filter with blue hair. And that we poked fun at people that we really should be poking fun at. So I appreciate everyone who enjoyed the stream, like Theodora. Thank you. It was a fun stream. It was a good time. Base Homeschool Mom keeps asking questions. You know, you could just go watch it, Base Homeschool Mom. Could just go watch it. I actually forget the name of the foundation. Fenora or something like Farah, the Farah Foundation. They donate both to Ancient Faith Radio and to Fordham University Orthodox Studies program. So, but you should go back and watch it. Yeah, Pete, folks should be angry about demons and heretics rather than those who mock them. I agree. So, but hey, it was a good time. It was a fun, and who knows, we might do some more. We might do some more of them because we are at least going to continue doing journalism and exposing some more. We're doing more research. So it's all happening behind the scenes. We're not going to sleep on Ancient Faith Radio or the Fordham Foundation. But anyways, today's lesson, and really the stream, it's not that long. Day 2 is a little less in depth than than I think the first week. Brandon says, Go Arch Ecumenical Awards next. That's a good idea. That might, man, that might take a little bit of homework, honestly. If we could find some connections with some donors with Go Arch. Thank you, Base Homeschool Mom. I'm glad I'm doing this too. And our goal for the night is $100 for super chats. And of course, if you want to feed me this week, you can always just send with Cash App too. But let's get started with reading, and we will open up for calls. I'm going to do a lot more just reading today because there's not as much to kind of be as speculative as last week. And frankly, Father Seraphim Rose just does a better job with his commentary than I could. So this week is just going to be a little bit more reading, but we're reading from Genesis chapter 1, verses 6 to 8, day 2 of creation. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the water, and let it divide the water from the water." And it was so. Thus God made the firmament, and God divided the water under the firmament from the water above the firmament. So God called the firmament heaven, and God saw that it was good. And there was evening and morning the second day. We'll get into the soap. It's Mr. Dr. Klaus Schwab, but we have it right here as where my name would normally be. But let's read what Father Seraphim Rose has to say. And he quotes St. Basil quite extensively in this part as well. Some have tried to find in this passage an unscientific view of the heavens, as though Moses believed in a kind of hard crystal dome in which the stars are embedded and above which there is a fictitious store of water. But there is nothing so fantastic to be found in this text. The word firmament seems to have two shades of meaning in Genesis, one quite specific and scientific, the other general. In its general meaning, the firmament is more or less synonymous with heaven or sky. The stars are called lights in the firmament of the heavens, Genesis 1:14, and the birds fly across the firmament of the heavens, Genesis 1:20. We who have lost the specific meaning of firmament would omit it in such descriptions and say that the stars and birds are both to be seen in the heavens. The idea that the stars are embedded in crystal spheres is a speculation of ancient pagan thought and does not have to be projected into the inspired text of Genesis. What then is the specific scientific meaning of the firmament in this text? St. Basil teaches that even though it is also called heaven, it is not synonymous with the heaven mentioned at the beginning of Genesis. Since both a second name and a function peculiar to the second heaven was recorded, this is a different one from that recorded in the beginning, one of a more solid nature and furnishing a special service for the universe. We believe that this word has been assigned for a certain firm nature which is capable of supporting the fluid and unstable water. And surely we need not believe, because it seems to have had its origin, according to the general understanding, from water that is like either frozen water or some translucent stone, almost like the air in transparency. Now we compare the firmament to none of these things. Truly it is peculiar to a childish and simple intellect to hold such notions about the heavens. We have been taught by the Scripture to permit our mind to invent no fantasy beyond the knowledge that has been granted it. Not a firm and solid nature which has weight and resistance. It is not this that the word firmament means. In that case, the earth would legitimately be considered deserving of such a name. But because the nature of the substances lying above is light and rare and imperceptible, he called this a firmament in comparison with those very light substances which are incapable of perception by the senses. Now imagine some place which tends to separate the moisture and lets the rare and filtered part pass through into the higher regions, but lets the coarse and earthly part drop below, so that by the gradual reduction of the liquids from the beginning to the end, and the same mild temperature may be preserved. The firmament in Genesis, therefore, is some kind of natural barrier or filter that separates two levels of atmospheric moisture. We do not observe today such a definite phenomenon that we would call a firmament. Was it perhaps different in the first formed earth? St. Basil believes that the function of the firmament was to preserve a mild temperature over the whole earth. Now it so happens that we know of a certain greenhouse effect on the earth in prehistoric times. Tropical plants and animals have been found in the ice of the far north, indicating that the northern regions were indeed once temperate. Further, in the second chapter of Genesis, we are told that before the creation of man, the Lord had not caused it to rain upon the earth, but there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. Genesis 2, 5 through 12. James here says, it clearly says waters above. That's where the water came from when God flooded the earth. Accurate. That's true. Pete says, how come I never heard of this creation stuff from my normie history teacher at college before? The early church, then, seems to have been a place rather different from the one we know. I mean, the early church, the early earth. The early church, too. A place universally temperate, plentiful in moisture, which constantly watered an abundant vegetation, which, as we shall see, was all that God intended not only for the food of man, but even the beast. Genesis 1:30. When did this happy situation come to an end? We will soon look at the consequences of the fall of man, but there are indications that the earth, even after the fall of man, preserves some of the characteristics of the earliest earth. Let us look briefly at what the scripture says in the light of our scientific knowledge of the atmosphere. The Holy Fathers themselves often applied the scientific knowledge of their times in understanding the scripture, and we are also permitted to do so, provided only that we do no violence to the text of the scripture and are humble and moderate in our own supposed understanding. The following explanation, therefore, is offered not as dogma, but as speculation. The very phenomenon of rain is not mentioned in the text of Genesis until the time of Noah, and then is not an ordinary rain, but a kind of cosmic catastrophe. All the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were open, and rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Genesis 7, 11 through 12. Immense to us, nearly unimaginable amounts of water were loosed on the earth, reducing it virtually to its state on the first day of creation, where the deep covered the earth. The rains we know today could not cause this to happen, but the text describes something even worse. An immense underground supply of water was loosed, and the firmament, the atmospheric condition that preserved a permanent reservoir of water in the air, evidently in the form of clouds such as the planet Venus, has even now was literally broken and emptied its contents upon the earth. And I think Pano just kind of pointed this out in the chats. So it was a combination of waters from below and above. In this light, we can also understand why God gave the rainbow as the sign of his covenant with Noah and all creatures, that there would never again be a flood upon the earth. How could the rainbow have been a sign when supposedly it had existed throughout the centuries before that? Evidently, the rainbow then appeared for the first time. The rainbow is formed by the direct rays of the sun upon moisture in the air. If the permanent cloud cover of the earth was dissipated by the breaking of the firmament, then literally the direct rays of the sun struck the earth for the first time after the flood. The rainbow had been unknown to man before that, which is why it can now be a sign to man that literally the supply of moisture in the air is limited and cannot cause a universal flood anymore. In view of all this, it would seem that the time after the flood is a whole new epoch in human history. The comparatively paradisial conditions of the earth up to the time of Noah, when a universal temperateness prevailed over the earth and abundant vegetation supplied the needs of man without the need to eat meat. Noah is the first to receive God's permission to eat flesh, Genesis 9:3, which actually, if you read it, it's more of a command. Gives way to the harsher post-flood earth we know, when there is seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, Genesis 8:22. And men no longer live 900 years as did Adam and the early patriarchs, but very quickly are reduced to the 70 or 80 years, which is the general limit of our life up to now. And that concludes our commentary by Father Seraphim Rose and St. Basil on the second day of creation and what the firmament is. So not that long, not that much really to get into. It's kind of interesting to think about. Ray says, what's crazy is that learning that the waters of the ground and sky helped flood the earth, God pretty much created hurricanes all over the world to cause the flood. Well, we don't know. We don't know that exactly. We know that it was pretty catastrophic. We can surmise that the our current geography arose during that event. It may have been just one continent prior to that. And the continents that we see today are a result of those catastrophic events of the flood, which, yeah, it could have been hurricanes. I would imagine the whole thing would have been like a giant hurricane mixed with volcanoes and all sorts of it just had to be crazy. Verantic says 900 years. Can you imagine being here for 900 years and seeing the changes in society? Well, the the longer we get away from paradise, the more our fallen nature has changed, because even the first, when Adam and Eve were kicked out of paradise, even by the time Cain was around, Cain and Seth, they could still see paradise. They were just outside of it. Now we can't even see it. We can't even see it. So yeah, and our lifespans are shorter. It's a completely different reality. Even our flesh is probably different than the flesh of the patriarchs. So, and we perceive 900 years to be insanely long, but the first generations after the patriarchs, here, let me see here, they were very aware that they were not living long. Let's see here. Just since we're talking about it, during the question and answer session after this whole thing was basically a lecture series by Father Seraphim. He comments on the ages of the patriarchs. He says in Genesis, and I'm going to open up for calls real quick. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to pop in. Pano, it'd be nice to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a while. But Father Seraphim comments in Genesis 47:9, we read, and Jacob said to Pharaoh, the days and the years of my life are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life. They have not attained to the days of the life of my fathers. Jacob lived to be 130 years old, yet he was complaining that he was not living very long, as did his forefathers. This is another indication that the earlier patriarchs indeed lived a very long time, the latter descendants were very aware of that. So here we are, thinking that 900 years would be crazy long, but Jacob's like, well, my life has been very short at 130 years. So our history has changed quite a bit. Quite a bit. I wonder if I have any coffee though. Oh, no more coffee. No more coffee. Checking the entropy chats. No entropy chats, but yeah, that's pretty much all the meat of content I really have for you. So maybe we'll just have to play around on the internet and we'll have to go chill on Twitter or something. Pano says, did you guys know that Tsar St. Nicholas, just prior to his assassination, sent expeditions to find the Ark? I did not. Did he find it? Nah, Seraphim, we're just chilling on stream. That's just all but the lesson's finished. You missed the lesson. So you're going to have to catch the playback, Seraphim Goose. So, but hey, since everyone's here right now, have you made your weekly order of coffee or soap from store.vationmonks.com? Have you done that? Because if you haven't, you really should. You really should. Because Abbott, we gotta support Abbott Trifon. And you've been doing a good job, because from what I hear, he's been busy. They've been very busy. So Pano says they came near it, but communism cut the funding. I think they actually didn't they find something that could have been the Ark? I don't know. Dr. Klaus Schwab says, I have a question. Are Adam and Eve now saints since they have been saved, or becoming a saint not a requirement to go to heaven? Well, the saints are people who are basically people that it's revealed to us have attained theosis, and their process and the life after death is a little more they go little different than this. But yes, Adam and Eve are saints. They're patriarch. We have icons of them. The patriarchs are considered saints. As far as the difference between like, let's say, like me, not a saint, dying now, and the life of a saint reposing, there will be a difference in their experience than mine. So, the book that I would recommend that would, I think, be the best to understand that is The Soul After Death by Blessed Seraphim Rose. What's up, Shane Moyers? Welcome. Yeah, Jaffe says, can you imagine being 60 or 70 and only middle-aged? Well, not even, be like 600 and being middle-aged. So, yeah, man, hey, listen, I need your last dollar, okay? Yeah, I mean, I think you can actually take a patriarch's name as your saint name. So Pano says I should play this on my stream right now. Pano, can you send it to me on here? Hop in. I know you probably can't. Send me let me see if I can copy that. It's hard for me to take the link from the chats. If you could hop in and you don't have to come on camera, just put it in my private chat. That way I can pull it up. So, but we are taking calls, so you also don't have to have your camera on to come on, Pano. Happy to watch that. Sent it on Telegram. Okay. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. But Jacob says, were the Neanderthals people that were hundreds of years old? No idea, honestly. Father Seraphim Rose does some commentary on the Neanderthals, actually. Before I get to, let me see if I can find it. Honest. Let's see if I can find, because here we go. Found that pretty quick. So I'll just read this whole little section, little exchange on evolution, on human evolution. But yeah, I think that Neanderthals are the ancestors of the Filipinos. Just kidding. So the student asks, what do you think of the fossil men that have been discovered? Father Seraphim says, many theories have been coming out in recent years. The Leakeys in Africa have been making all kinds of discoveries each year. Of course, each person who is making discoveries wants his man to be the ancestor of all mankind. So he wants to overthrow all the previous ideas, come up with a new one, and claim he has found the missing link. So we always take with a grain of salt what these people say. In 1959, Louis and Mary Leakey discovered a skull of extinct ape Australopithecus, which was generally supposed to be the ape ancestor of the fossil men of Homo erectus, etc. The Leakeys later announced that they found Homo erectus fossils in the same bed as those of Australopithecus. This threw the whole scenario of human evolution back because an evolutionary ancestor cannot be in the same bed as its descendants. Of course, these are all guesses. There are so many holes and difficulties in the various theories, and there is so much that each evolutionist tries to push through his or her own claims. What's up, Pano? I'm just going to finish reading this real quick. There are even outright hoaxes. When I studied zoology in college in the 1950s, one of the proofs of the evolution of man was the Piltdown man. From the 1890s onwards, there had been a concerted search to find the missing link, which was expected to be half ape and half man. So in 1911, a very clever man in England named Charles Dawson took a human skull, combined it with the jawbone of an ape, and filed down the ape teeth. A year later, Teilhard de Chardin discovered the missing canine tooth. With its very primitive jaw and very advanced skull, this Piltdown man was taken to be an evolutionary ancestor of man. Somebody said robot, Mike. Am I roboting? Anyways, I see Radix is in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna finish this and then I'll grab you. Some scientists did question it and had big discussions, but the vast majority accepted it. Okay, well, hang on. Hey, y'all, am I still roboting?
You sound okay now.
Okay.
Oh, that is Radix. I thought it was a different Radix.
What?
All right, hang on. I got to read about the Neanderthal man now. So, since he came up in the chats. Neanderthal. So the student goes, what about the skulls they have of Neanderthal man? Father Seraphim The Neanderthal man is now accepted as Homo sapiens, same species as man, different variety, no more different from man than Englishmen are different from the Chinese. Actually, the fossil men are very few in number, and of course, everything is based on your interpretation. Is it an ape or man? It is not particularly simple to find something in between both of them. In any fossil that you see, either a primitive men or advanced apes, it does not say, I am the ancestor of people today. So you cannot tell whether it is an ancestor, a cousin, or not related at all. It is your interpretation. So far, there's actually no persuasive ancient man that really looks as though it is halfway between man and ape. There are different kinds of fossil men, some primitive, some with large skulls, some with small skulls, but they are no more different from each other than are the different men who live today. So the burden of proof in this, I think, is still upon those who want to prove that one comes from the other. Of course, this whole question of whether one comes from the other raises a lot of questions in the text of Genesis about the genealogies, for example. If man is millions of years old, you have to make some big epicycles to account for the genealogies of the patriarchs. In fact, some say that that patriarchs aren't really people; they're really just names for vast ages, which is bullcrap. They were actual people. So, anyways, what's up, Pano? What's up, Radix? How's it going?
A
Hello.
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
We doing good. Just chilling. I'm just chilling. I watched the end of the Dire stream. You know, what'd you think of the demonic art over there? Did you catch that, Radix?
I caught parts of it.
I missed it. I'm literally just jumping in, like just tuning in, like as of a couple minutes ago.
And hey, sorry for hijacking your show for like 30 minutes the other night.
That's okay. People enjoyed your call. Call-ins are nice. You should call in each Friday like everybody else.
You do that every week? Every Friday?
Yeah, I do it every Friday.
Shows how much I watch your show.
Yeah, Michael. This is an admission, guys. This is an admission.
Hey, you know how it is. It's hard to watch like everything that's out there. All can't watch. There's only so much you can consume while also earning a living and then producing content. It's just there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and
I agree with that.
the good thing is that a lot of the topics tend to repeat, so you don't feel the need to watch everything all the time.
It's true. I did see
Yeah.
Father John was in your chat. That was pretty cool. He was listening on Telegram.
Yeah, that was so nice. He's in my Discord too. He's like, I don't know how to use Discord really. But
I
he's
hate Discord.
Yeah, I do too. They're very lame.
Yeah, I don't. Who's this J Stark dude?
Oh
What
my
happened to him?
gosh. You don't even know? Okay. So he was the creator of the FGC-9 3D printed gun. And he was living in Europe, so he was making it basically so that people in places where there's heavy gun control could literally just 3D print guns, and at a very low cost. I think altogether the cost was like $400. So you could get the parts, you could order the parts that you needed, and he put out like open source files for how to do this. And I think it was Coinbase and eBay turned him into the authorities over suspicious purchases, and the German police raided his home over the weekend, and then somehow he died 2 days later of like a heart attack or heart failure in a car.
Oh. Sounds like they gave him a vaccine shot.
Yeah, did somebody give him Moderna?
He probably got the vaccine during booking. They
Oh my
booked him and
gosh.
gave him the vax.
Right? He was 28 years old, but he might have had like some kind of pre-existing condition because he had hinted at like certain things in interviews where he said like he has nothing left to lose and was ready to die, and that something made his life like very painful and like difficult, and I was wondering if it was some kind of heart condition or something, and maybe that's what happened. But and again, like the conspiracy theorist in me is like, red flags, red flags. I don't know.
So what's going on with since you're here, may as well get the scoop on all the political stuff I haven't been able to keep up with. That Wendy lady, the senator, the crazy lady in Arizona. Yeah, why is she like? I mean, her posts have been kind of like unhinged lately too. But
Oh my gosh, right?
what's
That ain't
going on
right.
with that? Why do you think that she's part of like the McCain establishment?
Yeah, that's the rumors that are going out there. I think that the first person who really was putting this out there was Fog City Midge. She did like a video about this, talking about how like she had in 2016 she was like a bundler for Jeb Bush. And she was raising money for him. And what they were saying was like they don't have a problem with the audit or anything like that. What they had a problem with was the fact that the way that their sessions work, like it's coming up again in January, and then it's several months long, and then whatever legislation they pass doesn't go into effect until after that. So if they wanted to get meaningful like voter integrity laws in place to secure 2022, like the time is running out on that. And they were saying, why can't you do both, right? Why haven't you passed or proposed any kind of bill that is like voting one day in person on paper, none of these voting machines?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Right.
I don't know.
And then the allegations are that she's like traveling around the country and raising all this money, and that she's part of this John McCain network, and is being boosted and amplified, and that she has this big platform that she could be using to kind of like get the word out about these things, but that's not happening. And basically the implication is that this is just to run out the clock and make it look like you're doing something and fundraise off of it without actually doing anything of substance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like that. Whatever. I mean, honestly, the onus is on.
What?
It's not like what is she doing that is holding up all the other 49 state legislatures? So, like, could she possibly be like stopping them from like doing something?
I don't know. I mean,
I think they all just because it seems like a kind of far out there plan for her to like, oh yeah, she's pushing for all of these audits, but it's really a 4D chess by the enemy to stall any real action. It seems like it could backfire quite easily.
I don't know. I mean, the audits, some of these could take years to finish, right? So in the meantime, like, why can't you do both? Yeah, it's good to audit all of these states, but every single state should also be passing meaningful voter integrity laws now.
But like is she affecting anything in any other state legislature negatively?
Not as far as I know. I mean, I'm not an expert on this, but from what I've seen, I can understand the criticism that, like, why haven't you proposed anything? You're a senator for Arizona. Like, propose some legislation, get a bill passed.
Am I still
That's-
having mic issues? Because
You were, but I think you're okay right now.
okay,
It keeps going in and out.
it's probably just my internet, West Virginia internet, whatever.
Yeah, it's your West Virginia boonies internet.
I got some super chats. Pete Postleweight says $5 just to annoy your haters. Thank you, bud. Over on Entropy, Winston Fujimori with $3 says rest in peace, Jay Stark, live free or effing die.
Yes.
Man was a
Yes.
hero. So
Legend.
hey, do you want to watch this video that Pano he left?
What is this video?
But it's about Noah's Ark.
Maybe.
It's
How long is this video?
17 minutes.
No. Sorry. I just did a 2-hour show. I just wanted to pop on basically just to say rest in peace, Jay Stark. That was my thing that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention tonight. I did an entire show like in his memory, so I don't know if I'll have that uploaded, but yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't even know who he was, but
Now you have to look into him.
yeah, that's cool. But I might watch this video. You can bounce if you don't want to stick around, rating.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
Oh, hey, for Thursday, I don't really think I need any video for that debate. Just FYI.
Okay.
It seems like
I think that JY said the same thing.
Yeah, I think I can just demolish
You guys
him
aren't
with words.
getting me anything to do. It's like, give me stuff to organize.
Well, like,
give me power.
Nobody really like needs to see video evidence of like that AFPAC 2 happens. You know what I mean?
Good point.
It's like,
yeah, hopefully everybody listening will be tuning in on Thursday.
yeah,
That's coming up fast.
It's gonna be a big night on a lot of fronts because you got Jay Dyer over on the Kill stream at 9:30. So we're going up on the same time as that, but it's okay. It's all good. Our good friend.
To be fair, he goes on there. Like, that's not his first time appearing there. So, it's not that important. You guys can watch it later.
Ray says, talk about your debate. Like, who are you debating? I'm debating J.Y. Lewis, who lives in Korea and believes that the America First movement led by Nicholas J. Fuentes is irrelevant and ineffective. And so I will be debating in support of America First.
It'll be interesting.
Seraphim Goose says, is the Kill stream still on DLive? No, it is on Odyssey, which, by the way, I have, after the debate, I'm having another stream, which will be an Odyssey exclusive. Based homeschool mom's going to be real happy. But Brittany from Politically Provoked is coming on my Odyssey exclusive stream. Just
my goodness!
Just to talk politics. So we're trying to get some people to subscribe to the Odyssey channel. So
you're doing all this on Thursday? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Thursday is gonna be crazy. So the debate, and then a late night stream. Late night stream with Brittany. Yeah. Well, whatever. Everybody needs to just get along, okay? Everybody needs to stop fighting. Right. Just get along. And maybe we can even make that. Maybe I can be a mediator on Thursday night. So
okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah,
You're in the middle of a cat fight.
they really don't like each other. It's crazy.
I know. I think it's pretty entertaining.
But I don't know. I think it's honestly kind of it's like we're all people that really should be on the same team, honestly.
I guess that's true. You're probably right.
So they need to stop fighting. They need to get over it.
They need to get along for Jay Stark in his memory.
Yeah, for Jay Stark. The guy that I know so well. You need to do it for him.
You'll figure it out. I'll send you a link to my article, which has some videos in there as well.
Yeah, but for people that like, even if you have like the degree of disagreement that like they have with America First, right? Is so minuscule. like the dude, like Andrew, for instance. I like Andrew. We get along. He still believes in a moratorium on immigration. Like so, like we agree. Everyone agrees like with 95% of the of politically 95%, right? Just stop fighting. Get along. Like just stop. Nobody cares about the drama anymore. Unless
Yeah,
that's
that's
unless that's the
true.
brand. Maybe the brand is drama. If that's the case, then
That's kind of
whatever.
lame, though. Like, that's very female, if that's true.
You said it, not me. Winston says sub to Michael Sisco on Odyssey. Yes, because if you want to see my stream with Brittany, with the e-girl Brittany from Politically Provoked, and you want to sub. Now, when we say no e-girls, we mean don't date the e-girls, okay? But it's okay for them to come on and provide entertainment on the on the live stream. But Radix, you don't count as an e-girl, so you're married. Not. You're not just on the internet seeking male attention. So
nope, exactly. I write articles and stuff, and I actually like make fairly decent content.
I mean, you could argue that, but I'm
What?
just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Giving you a hard time. Giving you a hard time. It's gonna be a busy week for me. I started. I can't get into details, but I started a new job, so making more moolah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Pete says we definitely need more folks like Jay Stark in the UK right now. Yes, absolutely.
The UK.
100%. Because they're all gay, or yeah, over there.
Ray says no women on the internet ever. Well, you know, I wouldn't marry a woman that's on the internet. After after my experience, I've learned my lesson. And
yeah,
so
right.
If a woman is a narcissist where she's all over her core of her being is attention on the internet, I'm not interested anymore. I mean, I understand they're captivating, they're charming, but that's the trap. That's the trap. Radix, I can't believe you actually said the name. Radix said the name. Radix said it.
Sorry. Was I not supposed to?
I try not to. I'm trying to be like nice about it, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want any drama. I'm good.
Well, what are you going to do? Okay, so for Winston, who is asking about my show going up on Odyssey, I didn't stream it on Odyssey, but I do have an Odyssey channel. I'm downloading the archive that I recorded, and I will upload it there specifically to Odyssey just for you. How about that?
Why don't you stream on Odyssey? Like the whole... Can't you do the...
Because I heard... I am like a boomer. I don't know how to do that.
Well, it might actually be a little tricky with Odyssey because you have to like create a new live stream every time.
That's the problem. Like we're live 24/7. So
why don't you talk to them? Send them a message. They're really responsive.
Oh, really? Okay. Are they on DM, Twitter?
Yeah, just DM Team Odyssey at Twitter. Be like, hey, trying to tell them what you do, and then be like, hey, is there any way to do this? And maybe they'll help.
Yeah, like can they handle a 24-hour, 24/7 live stream? The other thing with that is that we have limited RCMP keys, so we're already on several other platforms that we use those keys for streaming on. And but Trovo did just take us down. Like we got a perma ban there. We appealed that, and they did not like get past the appeal this time. So maybe we can get set up on Odyssey.
Imagine my shock. I am only now on YouTube and Odyssey, so Bitwave went out of business, and
Really?
and Trovo, I just, after everybody else got banned, I just said screw you guys. So
It's not worth it. They kept all the money too that like people had donated with their stupid like casting spells crap. It was a demonic platform. We should have known from the beginning. When you call your donation system casting spells,
that's
come on.
true. That's true. Ray says, "Can we explain Odyssey and how library work together? I'm somewhat confused." Yeah, Ray, I am a tech expert. Let me get right on explaining that to you, buddy, old pal.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have no idea, but funny enough, Ethan Routh on the Kill Stream explains it all the time, which is funny. But yeah, I don't. Whatever. Jen Pinkerton says, "Radix, what's your channel?"
My name, Radix Barum.
And she
You'll
says,
find it on YouTube.
"What is Odyssey?"
It's a alt tech platform. You can do streaming there. You can also upload videos there, and you can set price tags for certain videos if you want to make them exclusive for paying customers. You can charge as little as $1 to unlock a video.
That's a good idea. They
Yeah,
also
it's cool.
They also have fiat super chats now, which I haven't set up yet.
Really?
But I will
Oh,
be setting it up
shoot.
before my exclusive stream on Thursday night. So, oh, Ray says, "I saw Ethan's reaction. So you were just trying to get me to like to spurg like Ethan did." He was like yelling. I remember that. It was funny. Apparently there's oh, hey, we got $10 from Winston Fujimori again.
Oh,
Here's
nice.
$10 for you, Michael, in honor of your lovely female guest whose J Stark stream I will watch tomorrow. Happy
Nice.
Columbus Day too.
Sweet.
Well,
Very
thank
cool.
you very much. Thank you very much, Winston.
Winston, make sure that you bookmark my link tree. That has all of my links, including Odyssey. So check it tomorrow for my show. I'm going to upload it tonight. They just take forever to download. It's a 2-hour show, but it's super cool, and you're not going to regret taking the time to watch it.
I hate uploading. I hate
I know. I know.
I just hate it. Someday, maybe somebody will help me. Maybe
Why don't you have an assistant or somebody yet that's helping you with this?
because I don't make any money from this, really.
No, but like a volunteer one, like somebody that volunteers to help you.
I don't know. Maybe somebody will watch and say, "Hey, I'm going to volunteer to help Michael Sisco with his show." Maybe that'll happen. I had somebody helping me with Rumble at one point, but I don't really like Rumble, so yeah. I think I'm Odyssey. I'm Team Odyssey because Rumble changed their terms of it. You're not allowed to be anti-Semitic, so.
Are you talking about? Sorry, were you talking about Rumble?
Yeah, when Trump went on the platform,
that's right.
They changed their terms of service. So,
Daddy Kushner's rules.
Yeah, so I'm all in the Odyssey. I like Odyssey, which I think at some point I already have one warning. I don't have any strikes, but
You do.
You
got a warning?
Yeah,
I have not gotten a warning yet. I don't know how that's possible, but apparently it is. And we pay what, like $100 a month to be able to stream on Rumble? Yikes.
Ray says I'm sponsored by Blue Apron. I don't know who that is.
What the heck is that?
Who is that? What the heck is that? He's making all these jokes I just don't understand.
I know, but Ray is hilarious.
Whatever. What is Blue? What is it? What is it?
Oh, guys. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys something cool. This is like breaking news. I have written my first script for like a sort of like a short documentary video I'm going to be doing. it is analyzing 4 different films and the themes in each film. So I'm going to be looking at Satoshi Kon's Perfect Blue, David Lynch's Blue Velvet, and then Darren Aronofsky's Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. And I just finished the script. It's like 11 pages long.
Winston is just realizing that you're based.
What? Just realizing this?
Well, she only became based after she gave up the QAnon bullcrap. So.
That's probably true.
Okay, I think Ray is talking about the ads before my monetized videos, which, by the way,
I haven't gotten monetized yet. I'll never be monetized.
By the way, I have zero control over. That's actually based off of what you watch, by the way. So, like whatever ad you're seeing on the videos, the algorithm's based off of the content that you consume and your cookies in your history. So, nice self-own, Ray. Nice self-own.
It's true, Winston. It was Sam Hyde all along. Joke's on us.
I don't know how he keeps getting away with it.
I know. Every time.
Every time. Wigger. Kevin McLean says if you use a Brave browser, you don't see those.
Well, there you go, Ray.
Yeah, well, apparently somebody said that, we did such a good job with our spoof last week that the commercial before they turned it on was actually it was a transgender medicine commercial. So,
oh my goodness.
So I guess it is true that it could also be based on like the content of the video that you're watching now, because
it is.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic stream. We were cracking up. I think we listened to the whole thing, so that tells you how fun it was.
Yeah, it was it was a little humiliating to put the pink pussy hat on my head, and but whatever.
It had to be done, though.
It had to be done, and I'm. Hey, you think Father Andrew's seen it?
Probably. He is a dork. Like, he has nothing better to do, and all of his social justice people were like, "Oh my God, could you believe this? They mocked us."
You think he does his when he gets a little upset on stream, he pulls his chin back and rocks his head. I just imagine him doing that the whole time during that.
That account wasn't really him. No, Kevin. No, somebody made that just to troll. Which is actually pretty funny.
Pretty sure, Father. That was in one of the concerned troll messages that I got. Really mocking a priest, imitating a priest. I'm like, I didn't imitate a priest.
No, and I think that I am impressed by their dedication to their craft.
You must first become cringe to become based.
That's true. That's true.
I think I was actually wearing the hat backwards too. I didn't know how to wear it.
Nobody cared until you put on the hat.
Whatever. Nobody can even figure out who my friend was. So.
What? Really?
Yeah, who was that, man?
Who was that pretty girl?
Hey, more super chats, and we'll bring them on full time. Bring her on. We'll bring Celestia on as a co-host, full-time co-host.
Pete, you do not want me to sing any songs. That would end up really bad. If you enjoy listening to like nails on a chalkboard, then perhaps you would enjoy it.
What? Super Boomer says, why ain't he called John the Orthodox? Bet I got you there. That's right. He's John the Baptist. Ha 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 ha.
Profound.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I think Kevin says you should do these awards every year and call them the Dammies. That's actually funny.
Oh my goodness.
I like Pano's idea, or whoever said it. We should do the Go Arch Awards. Or was
There you
that
go.
Brandon? I don't know who said that, but that's a good idea.
That could be fun.
But I like that, the Dammies. Dammy. We might just do that, like give an award out to all the cringe priests of the church. That's a great idea.
Here's your Dammy award.
Yeah, we'll just do an award show for
subversive
for clergy of the
subversive
church.
sermons.
Yeah. Subversive clergy. That's a great idea. Pete says Sisco brings the goofiness out of us. Well, I'm glad I could help. Doorman360, what's up, bro? My favorite mulatto says Go Arch is extremely problematic. So Seraphim says my Greek priest is based. Well, that's good to hear that there's still some baseness in Go Arch. So.
Kent says, I really recommend you use a PowerPoint presentation, Michael. Also, a laser pointer. I always use PowerPoint presentations for my show prep. No joke. I literally make a PowerPoint, but like a cool one.
You know what I use for show prep? I use paper.
Nothing.
Paper and a pen. That's what I use. So old school, right?
That's not real show prep. That's just your notes.
That's show prep.
Maybe.
I use that for before I start my essays the same way. I'll outline. I'll do the same thing. I start my speeches that way. I do everything just for paper. That's how I organize my thoughts. So.
Kent Stegosaurus, please. And yes, please make a PowerPoint presentation for me and also one in Excel. Thank you.
Well, dinosaurs aren't real, so how could I have a favorite dinosaur?
No, but they're an imagination thing. They're real in your imagination.
I believe in dragons.
Me too, actually.
But if I have to pick a favorite dinosaur, so one of these fake mythical creatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're part of fantasy. Just go with it.
I like, what are those things from Jurassic Park that like spit, like their faces like expand before they get all crazy? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, geez. I know what you're talking about. That with their creepy, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
don't ever want to come into contact with something like that. No,
I like those things. That's what I like. I wish I could have, like, instead of gargoyles outside of my palace, I just want those things to come to life. Like,
Ken says, I call them power dragons. There you go.
Power dragons. Jaffe says, I like velociraptors. They're pretty cool. This last Sunday was my 4th time going to an Orthodox church, and I was surprised at how base some of them are. Well, good. I'm glad you had that experience. So obviously you didn't go to Go Arch.
Oh my gosh. Look at your Discord chat.
Ray says, Michael is talking about his Delafa forest. Am I supposed to look at my Telegram chat?
Yeah, look at your Telegram chat.
That's funny. Soy-faced dinosaurs. Let's go.
I love that. I'm stealing it. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna forward that to my the main channel, Mr. Mulatto Man. So
I'm hijacking it.
It's on the main channel now. Let's go. That's pretty funny. But man, so when I do my stream on Thursday, on the Odyssey stream, I'm gonna have to have like the chats pulled up on my phone, and I won't be able to see the chat thing through StreamYard like I can with YouTube. That I got to talk to them about that. Like
That's weird.
Maybe they can fix that to where they can become like more compatible with StreamYard, to where the chats come through. That would be a good idea. So, anyways, follow me on Telegram, people, so that you can see the meme that we just posted. t.me/the Michael Sisco. He stole it from Tristan Haggard. I need to have him on the show sometime.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about meat. Talk about meat, bro. Talk about meat, bro. My new diet, bro. So, but hey, you want to watch this Noah's Ark video? You know you want to.
I'm gonna bounce out. But I am going to upload my J Stark tribute. So there you go.
I think I'm pretty much done. I don't even know if I really want to watch this.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Just play. Well, just start it. Play the first couple minutes, and if it's intriguing, then finish it.
Oh, fine. I'll screen share.
Don't be a slacker.
It.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get more super chats while I do it.
Exactly. There you go. That's your motivation.
Seraphim Goose says, let's watch it. So we're going to watch it.
Pano picked it out, and he's not even here anymore.
Yeah, well, has to be good, though. So I'm going to turn it. Is it sharing my screen?
Let me see. Yes, I can see it.
All right, let's watch this thing.
All right, bye. Good night, everybody.
Bye, e-girl. JK. Guys, this is not working. My internet is not working. Come on. It doesn't cooperate. No. Well, let me do it. Screen share. Wait. No. Oh. Hang on, guys. Do this. Hang on. So, it's going to be an region that is where Noah's Ark land. Additionally, he was a historical. So they consider this region around the mountain there called Mount Judy. Yeah, the mountain where the Ark landed. And that means Mount Kuda is a name for it. It's known as the Mount of the Descent, or mountain where they descended. But the people came off the Ark when they descended out of the mountains. So much on what the land is. To south here, we have desert and plain country, but yes, we would want to get into the mountains region of what ancient times was called Kamar. And the Bible says that the Ark landed in the mountains, plural, of Kamar. Miscellany Mount. It's a video, man. right, yeah, that's not working out. Michael is frozen in time. Yeah, whatever that idea, the video got me all messed up. So I think I'm just gonna call it a night. Since nothing must work. If I come back, let me know. Just frozen. Here I am, just frozen in time. Just frozen. Yeah, Pano killed the stream. Yeah, clearly interference from scientific staff. Anyways, I'm gonna end this because, yeah, clearly it's just not working. Now, Pano killed it. So, anyways, if you can hear this, don't forget store.vactionmonks.com. Go get your coffee and your soap. And I will see you Thursday for my debate at 9:30 p.m. right here on my channel, moderated by our good friends Patristic against JY lists on America First. And then, of course, my Odyssey exclusive stream with Brittany from Political. So I will see you Thursday night.